Welcome to Live DAF, your online DAF Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem and welcome back to today's DAF. GITTEN Lamed Beis. We begin a brand new perek, the fourth perek HaShaleach. Says the Mishnah, HaShaleach get le'ishtay. So the husband sent a get to his wife with a messenger. V'higia b'shaliach. And the husband caught up with the messenger. Or he actually sent another shaliach after him. Go find the first fellow. What was the purpose? He had a change of heart. And he tells the shaliach. So either in the first case, it's the husband himself who caught up and met the shaliach and tells him, or in case number 2, the second messenger catches up with the first courier. Oh, he tells him as follows: it's over, mission's over. Get, you know, the get that I gave you, batilu, is now cancelled. Harayz batil. That's exactly what happens. And the shaliach aborts his mission. We have another 2 cases where, in these cases, actually the husband went ahead of the shaliach and went over to the wife and told her, look, the get that's about to arrive is batal. Kideim etzel ishtay. So this is case number 3. The husband himself ran ahead, arrived at his wife's place, and he tells her the get that's coming is batal. Or he sent another courier with this message to his wife, telling her, get sheshalachti loch batilhu. You know, the get that I have sent for you, which is coming soon, it is invalid. It is batal. I'm canceling it. Harayz batal. The get is now cancelled, provided the get had not yet arrived, was not yet received by the Isha. So it's just sort of a pending get. Husband has a right to cancel it. But once it gets to her, it's too late. But once the get arrives and she receives the get, now it's too late to cancel it. You know, in the olden days, husband had an option of setting down a bezdin, sitting down, you know, some dayanim, wherever he was at that point, to cancel the get without her knowledge. Hiskin Rabban Gamliel Azokin. But then Rabban Gamliel came along and he says, you know, it's going to create confusion and pitfall. They're not allowed to do that, to cancel the get without the woman's knowledge, because the shliach is totally unaware of this fact, and he continues on his mission, delivering the get to the Isha. Unbeknown to him, the get is already batal, so he stopped this practice. So the Mishnah mentions 4 cases where the husband does cancel the get. So he sent a shliach with a get, and he chanced into the shliach, he bumped into him, and he decided to change his, to cancel the mission, or he sent a shliach to chase after the first shliach, or husband went to the Isha and told her in advance, look, this get that's coming is batal, or he sent a shliach to do the same. 4 cases, and why do we need all 4 cases? Which are pretty much promoting the same concept, that you can be mevatel the get prior to arrival. Says the Gemara like this: each one contains a twist, a chiddush. So the Mishnah begins, HaShaleach get le'ishtoi, v'higia. Now v'higia sounds like it was by chance. He bumped into the shliach on the road. It wasn't a premeditated, you know, pre-planned encounter. He just happened to find him at the road stop and decided to, you know, cancel the mission. Higi oi loikatani. Rather than saying the word higi oi in the Mishnah, which sounds like, oh, he caught up after him and he actually found him, which sounds like it was a planned encounter. It doesn't say that in the Mishnah. Ella, what then does it say? Higia. He happened to bump into him on the road. Even if it was a chance encounter. And now the husband decided to cancel the mission, we take his word for it, and it cancels. We don't speculate that it wasn't a serious cancellation. He was just trying to aggravate his wife. Chas v'shalom, right? Why would we say that? Because, if he really meant it seriously, if he really wanted to cancel the mission, he would have made an effort to do so. He would have, ran after him and met him. Not just by way of a chance, lucky encounter. So perhaps we should not take him by his word. He doesn't mean it seriously. He's just being mitzar the wife and getting her confused. And that's the chiddush of the Mishnah. We don't say that. He said it, he meant it. It's batal. Asks Taisus, well, of course it's batal. I mean, he's yelling, he's screaming, he doesn't want to get. How can we say, it's just a tzara kamachav, and he's just, making it difficult for her. He doesn't mean it. So Taisus says, the hava mina was, since he didn't bring Edom, he's not, establishing Edom there and declaring before them that it's batal. He's not making it into such a serious, formal, procedure. So perhaps that sort of indicates that he's not really serious. And the chiddush of the Mishnah is, yes, he is serious. The next case is, Oisha Sholach Achrav Shaliach. He sent a shliach to go find the first shliach. Normally, what's the point of this case? What's the chiddush in this case? Ma'odatema, perhaps I would say, Loi alima shlichusei de Basra. Who says that we can give more power to shliach number 2, mishlichusei de Kamo, over shliach number 1, the levatle, so that shliach number 2 can have the power to override the first shliach's mission? Who says he can do that? Once the husband already authorized the first shliach, he already empowered him. How can he send another shliach to override the first one? Kamash one, the chiddush is he can do that. Case number 3, Kadam hu etzel ishtay. Husband himself went and sought out his wife, and he found her, and he tells her, look, the get is going to be batal. Normally, what's the point of that additional case? Perhaps I would say, when do we not say, they're just trying to be mitzar the wife, but he doesn't mean it seriously? When don't we say that? Meaning, when do we take his word at face value? Perhaps that's only when he was informing the first shliach that his mission is batal, his mission is cancelled. So now we say he meant it. Aval when he's approaching the isha herself, maybe he's trying to antagonize her. Vadai, certainly Litzur Kamachavin, he's just trying to be Mitzayir, he doesn't mean to cancel. Look at Kamashman, the Chiddush is, it's cancelled. Case number 4, Oisha Sholach Etzla Shaliach. Lamali, what's the point of the 4th case? That he sent a Shliach to run and tell his wife that to get en route, arriving soon as Bata. What's the point of that case? Perhaps I would say, Ihu Hudelai Tarach Adat Litzura. It's unlikely to say that the husband himself will pick himself up and travel all the way to his wife and just try to, to be mitzayer her. It's unlikely. Meaning the fact that he troubled himself to travel and to go there and tell her, it's probably for real. Aval shliach, but when it comes to a shliach, he sent a shliach, he paid him by the hour. Maybe the husband doesn't really care, ki tarach, that the shliach is putting in the effort, and maybe he's just using this fellow as a means to be mitzayer his wife. Vaday litzur kamachav, and certainly there's a good chance that it's just to make her, a tsar and confuse her, but really he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean to be mevatel the get kamashbal, and that's why the Mishnah mentions all 4 cases. In all 4 cases we say the get is batal. Case number 1, he chanced upon the shliach on the road. Case number 2, he sent a shliach after the first shliach. Case number 3, he went and directly informed his wife. Case number 4, he sent a shliach to inform his wife. In all 4 we say the get is batal. And the Mishnah continues with one more example. Im mishiagia get liyada. But once the get arrives and she has it, it's too late to cancel it. Well, pshita, obviously. Of course, it's too late. The get already did its course. The answer is like this. Was speaking the Mahadur Alei Meikar Liv Tule, was speaking that the husband was trying to. He was putting in an effort to go be Mavatal the get. He was trying to, get on the next flight, and he didn't make it. Maudatema, perhaps I would say, once he actually informs us that it's batal, that should be a gili milsa. It should be reflective of his attitude up until now. The betuli batli, that really he was mavatalit. Kamashma, no. The chiddush is, the fact is he didn't tell us anything. The fact is, true, he indicated that he was unhappy with the get, but he never actually made that declaration, and therefore it's too late because divorce had been activated. Tan Rabbanon, what type of lashon, what type of term indicates cancellation of the get, and what doesn't? Tan Rabbanon. Batelhu. So anything which pertains to the future, it should be batel. I'm unwilling. I don't want this get. Both these lashonos indicate an interest in canceling the get. Dvar of kayaman, we accept his words, and we cannot use the get. But if he speaks about, something that pertains to the state of the get or the past, not in a way that he's actually trying to be mevatel now. Let's say he says, this get pasul. What do you mean it's pasul? He didn't say I'm being mevatel it now. Well, this get is worthless. It's pasul. Ain't a get. It's not a get. That's worthless. Lamar klum. He hasn't said anything. Why? Because it's a kosher get. What do you mean it's pasul? It's not. But again, the word batel means I want to be mevatel it now. It pertains to the asid, to the future. Really? Remember the batal nishna the liftel mashma? Do you mean to say that the word batal indicates his intention to be mevatel the get, going forward, and therefore it works. Therefore it's mevatel the get. V'amar Rabba bar ivoy Amar of sheshus. V'amar some say it was Amar Rabba bar avur mekabel matana. Suppose a person receives a gift. He doesn't really want it. Sha'amar, so the receiver says like this. After he received the gift, he says, Matana zumevu telas. This gift is cancelled. Tibatel. It should become batel. Ef shiba. I don't want it. In all these we say, too late, too bad. We'mer klum. It's too late because he already has the matana, it's his. But if he says, it was never a matana, I never accepted it, b'teilahi, this thing was never a proper gift. I never got it. I never accepted it. Or he says, eino matana, what do you mean? It's not a gift. It was never given to me. In these, we say, dvar of kayaman. We accept his words. Rashi says it's based on haida'as baldin kimeya edim dami. A litigant who admits that admission has the power of 100 edim. I never got it. So the words betelahi is indicative of a past event. It's past tense. I never got it. It never got off the ground. It never took off. Alma batal mikara mashma. Apparently the word betelahi indicates past. And by the get, we say, Tanu Rabbanu, we said batil hu is a reference to future, going forward. It's going to be batil now, going forward. I'm being mevatlet. Because anything that pertains to past is nonsense. It doesn't hold any water by the get. Because, if he says it's possible, it's in the get, it is. It's good. The only way you can affect the get, the only way you can change the status is by using language which pertains to future, right? Going forward, this get is now going to be batal. And here by my Tana we say the other way around. Betelahi is like batalhu. This is just lashon zachar, batalhu, and betelahi lashon nekeva. My Tana lashon nekeva, get lashon zachar. But Here we say Batelahi is the past. Amar Abaye, you're right. It can mean past, it can mean future. All depends on context. Amar Abaye, Batel, Shtei Lashonos, Mashma has both meanings. Mashma the Batel, it can be referring to past. It was already Batel. Or Mashma the Liftel, it's going to be Batel. So it depends what we're talking about. Gabe get, when the husband is relating to his get and he says Batel, Lishna the Mahani Beka Amar. Chances are he was using this lashon in a way that works, that's effective, that cancels his get, i.e., future. It's going to be batel. Gabe matana. Likewise, by the fellow who's unwilling to accept a gift and uses the lashon betelahi, there as well we assume it's being used in an effective way. Lishna de bahani bakam are using it in a way that works. In that case, only past tense is effective. It was never given. It was never valid. And that's why it's interpreted that way. Amar Abaye, naktinon. We have a Kabbalah, the halacha as follows. Shliach matana harayu kishliach haget. We compare the shliach to give a gift, like the shliach to deliver a get. Rashi says, in both cases, if the one giving the get or giving the matana is mevatel the shlichus prior to delivery of the get, of the matana, it's batel. Nafkamina, the point of this comparison is lohelech lav kischidami. Just like by the get, husband gives the get to the shliach and he says, "Haylech get el ishti, please deliver it, see it through, administer the get." That's not zachi, and the shliach is not zoiche. Here as well by the matana, even though Rashi says a matana is a schus, it's a positive thing to receive a gift. Still, we say the shliach has not yet acquired the matana on behalf of the receiver because he said haylech. Haylech is not zchi. If he says zechi matana zula pleni, and we say zached la'adam shlei b'fanav. We had this back in the previous prakim. He's zeiche for the makabel, but if he says haylech, and it was not yet zeiche for him, so the noisin matana can retract his gift. Ravina Ashkeche, he encountered Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, the Tali, V'kai, he was sort of leaning be'ivra the dasha on the door post. V'kai Baile, they used to stand at door posts, it's like an open air area, and they would discuss, they would analyze things. V'kai Baile, and he had the following question: Batel mahu. So, if the husband says Batel who, right, we concluded it works, that it should be batel now. What if he deletes the word who, just as batel? Is it a reference to past? And it doesn't work, right? Because he didn't say who, so he's pretty much indicating that, the status. It's a status analysis. This get is batel, and it's not batel. It's fine, so it doesn't work. Or it's as though he said who. Batel means I want this thing to be batel. Now, take it, we leave it as a question. Amar of Sheshes. Some say Masnisa Tana, this halacha was contained in a brisa. All types of formats, all types of lashonos. Some work, some don't. And the underlying principle here is future tense works, past tense does not. Right? If I'm in batel now, I have the ability to cancel it, fine. But if you're just relating to the past, status, this thing is such and such, it doesn't work. So let's say get ze lo yoyel. I want you to know this get will be ineffective. Lo yater will not permit my wife to remarry. Lo yaza will not affect that disconnect, to let her go. Lo yishalach won't release her, won't send her away. V'lo yigarish will not divorce. Yehi cheres should be like a piece of pottery, worthless. Yehi kicheres. And all these, Dvar of Kayamin, it's an effective cancellation. Because they're referring to the future. I want this get to be ineffective, i.e., cancel it. However, if he says this get is Einoi Moil, instead of Lo Yoyil, future, Einoi Moil, this get has no power. Einoi Mater, it's not Mater. Einoi Mazav, Einoi Meshalech, Einoi Megarish. Cheresu, it is Cheres, not It's nothing. That's not a cancellation, because he's just sort of, giving us a state of the get, and it's incorrect. The get is fine. So the question is, if he says harehu cheres, harehu, what is that? A reference to past or to the future? In which case it's a cancellation. Mahu. Some say Rav Acha B'rei Rav Rashi. Maishna, why are you asking this question? Why would it be different? Marehu hegdish. When one makes an item hegdish, he says harehu hegdish. That's the lashon we find in Chazal all over the place. Many Mishnahs talk about that lashon. Harehu hefker, harehu hegdish, which is a reference to lahabot, to the future. This should be hegdish. This should be hefker. So here as well, harehu cheres works. Now comes a brand new question. So we have many examples where the husband, he bumped into the shliach, he informed his wife. Bottom line, he canceled the get using these, language, these lashonos that work. So the shlichus is canceled. Shliach has to come back, bring back the get. Mission aborted. Question: what about the get itself? Does it affect the kashrus of the get? Chayzer or megarish boy, can he reuse the same get? Because in effect his cancellation only pertained to the shlichus. The mission was aborted. You're not my shliach. I don't want the get delivered today, now. But the get itself is still an expression of the husband's interest in divorcing his wife, and that get is still a cheftz of a get. It's still a valid document, so you can reuse it a year later. Provided there's no issue of a predated get. So let's use it that day. Can he do that or not? Perhaps not, because when the husband cancels, he cancels the get itself. It also gets affected by that cancellation. We have a machlekes. Rav Nachman Amar can reuse the same get. It wasn't affected by this whole process. Rav Sheshes Amar no, because cancellation of the shlichus is tantamount to cancellation of the get. To restart the system. What is the halacha? Say Rav Nachman that you can use the get. Eini really? And we know the halacha is we follow Rabbi Yechon's shita, mentioned in Mesechas Kedushin. The Amar who says like this: the isha can change her mind. So we're speaking about a husband, a man who gave a coin to an isha for Kedushin purposes, to get engaged. But there was a delay, a built-in delay. The Kedushin will only be activated in 30 days. Can she change her mind within that time period? Yes. Says Rabbi Yechon Chayzeres. So what do we see? Although there was a Kedushin, she can cancel the Kedushin. Here as well, there was a get sent. He can cancel the get. Says the Gemara, no. Hachi hashta. How do you compare the two things? How some dibur v'diburu. Over there we're speaking about word against word, meaning there were words of Kedushin, right? There was consent to do the Kedushin. And now she turns around and says, I'm uninterested. So the second dibur overrides the first dibur. It cancels it. Asi dibur. So the recent expression, the chazora, the change of heart, can come along, umevatal dibur, and cancel the first dibur. That makes sense. Word against word. Cancels. However, by the get, it's more than just words and instructions. It's more than just verbalization. We have a document which was drafted, which is tangible, which is here. Over here, it's true. The husband canceled the shlichusa of the shliach, the mission. I sent you, I retract it. Fine. But gita gufei mika batal, the actual get, why would it be batal? And of course, he can reuse it. That's the conclusion. But so initially, the practice was that the husband has a right to just, find himself a bezdin, wherever he is, and cancel the get without even informing the isha, but that created catastrophic results. So Rabbi Gamliel canceled that practice. Now, the question was, way back when they did that, Itmar, we have a discussion about that. How many people, how many dayanim did he need for this bittul? Rabbi Nachman Amar bifnei beis. All he needed was 2 dayanim to sit down, and he canceled it in front of them. That's also considered somewhat of a bezdin. Rav Sheshes Amar Fnei Gimel, you need 3 dayanim like a regular bezdin with dinim mamanis, which needs 3 people. Rav Sheshes Amar Fnei Gimel. Rav Sheshes says 3 are required. Bezdin Ketani. The Mishnah uses the term bezdin. Bezdin is typically 3. Rav Nachman Amar B'fnei Beis. All we needed were 2 people. L'bei trei nami kari bezdin kari lehu. We find that even 2 people can sometimes qualify as a bezdin, as he's going to prove in a minute from the halacha of pruzbul. Amar Rav Nachman Mina Minil. How do I know 2 qualify? Disnan. We have the halacha by the fellow who lent money. He's concerned that Shemitah will cancel the debt, so he makes a pruzbul. Rashi learns the pruzbul works because it's not me claiming the debt from you. Rather, I am delegating it to the bezdin. They're collecting the debt. And therefore, there's no issue of la'yigais. The halacha of la'yigais don't go and demand payment. That's only person to person, but not bezdin. So how does he transfer the chayv to the bezdin? It's not meisrani pneichem. So he gets up in front of the bezdin. He says, "Look, I'm giving it over to you. Pliny, yeah, you and you, hadayanim, shmokim pliny. You're in charge of the loan." So it's clear from this a Mishnah that even 2 dayanim are considered dayanim. And over here as well, all we need to do is inform the dayanim about the bittul and the get. You don't need a whole. It's not a din Torah which requires 3 opinions to sort of hash out the matter. You don't need that. You only need haidah. Rashi says haidah in front of 2. That's enough. Rav Sheshes responds, I know the Mishnah over there only mentioned 2 dayanim, but really there were 3. Atu, Tana, you think the Tana of the Mishnah, Kiruchla, like a peddler, Lichshav, Lezel, is going to go list and call out all his wares? Basically, it's obvious. If it's a bezdin, you need 3. The Mishnah only mentions plenty in a short form, but of course, less than 3 doesn't qualify. Likewise over here, even though it's just a question of, informing about the bittul, you need a proper bezdin of 3. Okay, so in conclusion, start a new parak, hashaleach, husband sends a get, he has the ability to be mevatel. We had 4 examples of bittul, each one had its own chiddush. It only works provided he used proper language of bittul lahaba, as opposed to just reframing the current status of the get. That doesn't work. He has to actually be mevatel it with the proper language. And we concluded that, of course, the get itself is still kosher to be used in the future. And then we went to the discussion about the lashon bezdin. Is it necessarily 3 dayanim or even 2? Hatzlacha Rabbi to you on Besurais Teves.